I'm Lexi. I'm in the US. If you have been around this channel for a while, you may have seen the video, and I'll link it below, where I detail how I got this scar and why, when I'm trying to make thin uniform slices of something, I do it by hand with a knife. Well, I saw a new style of mandolin come on the market, and I decided that it might just be time to face my biggest kitchen fear, or perhaps end up with a kitchen disaster story time live. We shall see. But what I'm talking about is I have bought this mandolin. If you've never used a mandolin before, a standard mandolin looks a little bit like this. And you have your vegetable with a guard that you then move across the blade to end up with beautiful slices of onion or pepper or potato or what have you. You don't do what I did and cut off part of your thumb. But this mandolin, well, I've already taken it out of the box, so let me get it out for you. This one is a little bit different. I've already read the instructions, so the first thing we do is open the stand until it clicks, and it did click there. And instead of moving your hand along the blade, your hand stays stationary with this feeder chute, and you push this button to move the blade through the food. It just sounds incredibly safer to me. So the first thing we're going to do, and I'm going to close this back up, I guess, so that I can show it to you this way, is take there. This is what you push, the little white thing, is take the safety guard off and insert the feeder chute. Then we're going to stand it back up and adjust so that we're properly in frame. This is the provided bowl, which fits like that. Yes, fits like that. And I should have done this first, or shown you this first. On the back here, can you see that through the bowl? There's a, I'm just going to take the bowl off. On the back here, there's a knob to adjust for your thickness. It says to store it on 0 and wash it with it on 8. And this is dishwasher safe. Was that where we were? Yeah, that seems to be where we were. Put the bowl back in, and there's suction cups on this to help keep it from moving on the counter. I think we should go ahead and start with the item that was such a problem for me. And that was an onion. This onion is clearly not going to fit in the feeder chute. I tend to buy very large onions. So I'm going to cut the ends off of this and cut off a chunk that is the right type of size. The rest of that onion will go over there for later and be used for dinner another night. So, onion in the feeder chute. Oh, gotta get this to come up. You have to twist, maybe this way, there we go. Twist that way and it pops up. Onion in the feeder chute, This works kind of like the, I don't know what it's called, the piece on the food processor when you're shredding things. So, kerchunk, kerchunk, kerchunk. This is kind of fun. And I've got beautiful slices of onion ending up in the bowl. Let's just go through the whole onion, shall we? Or at least the part that I sectioned off. That works really well. That felt safe. That felt very safe. You know what I didn't plan was someplace to put this onion once I finished with it. Hang on. I got another bowl. Okay. So that goes in there. I'll save that. Use it with dinner tomorrow. It'll be just fine. I've got a few more vegetables over here. I've got a couple of potatoes because I would say that potatoes are what these things are mostly used for. These aren't huge potatoes, but they are the potatoes I want to use. So, potatoes. Kerchunk, kerchunk, kerchunk. No thumb. Okay, and these are, I set this on, what did I set this on? I set this on 3, so those are a little bit thick, but that's fine. Let's try a little bit thinner. Let's try 2. Okay, that's probably how I would want sliced potatoes for something. Let's try a couple on 1 just to see what it does. That's as thin as they go. That's pretty beautiful. That would be perfect for those pickled onions I made a few weeks back. And then just for scientific reasons, and I guess it doesn't go all the way around, let's try 8. It's harder to slice on 8, but that's what you get for 8. So if you want big chonky boys, 8's your game. I think I'm going to go back to 2 for the rest of this potato. Now, I think that there's a version of this that has the cross cuts so you can do French fries, but I somehow didn't get that version. That's okay. I don't make French fries. What I would want is slices anyway. Just slicing up that 8 count so it's a little thinner and I'll actually use it. Just put these on the cutting board because I don't want to get more dishes dirty. And the last vegetable I have here is a carrot. Let's go a little thicker on the carrot because you want kind of more substantial slices for that, right? It's a little too thick, or it's a little too tall to use this piece with to start with, so we're just going to go by hand until we get into the shoot. Now that is an easy way to cut carrot coins. This is fun, so I'm going to finish. And it kind of naturally cuts them on the bias. I didn't realize that. That'd be nice too. There. Carrot. So, I'm going to say this has been a successful experiment and that I have successfully conquered my greatest kitchen fear. What's your greatest kitchen fear? Let me know down below. Maybe we can brainstorm a little bit how you might conquer it. But that's all I've got for today. I'm going to toss these in some oil and throw them in the air fryer and have a snack. And if you enjoyed the video, if you could give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, I'd really appreciate it. And as always, I'll see you next time. Bye!